Hi, my name is Amy O'Donnell. I'm the Director of Communications here at Texas Alliance for Life. Welcome to this week's TAL update. This past Tuesday, we had a rescheduled Leadership Circle Luncheon with a very special guest. I say rescheduled because it was supposed to take place in February, but that ice storm hit our area and shut everything down. We know Texans do not like to drive on the ice. We're just not made for it. So we rescheduled it, and we were so pleased that our special guest could join us again. And who was that guest? It was none other than Speaker Dade Phelan. Before he shared, Dr. Joe Poyman took the stage to not only give some updates about our organization, but also to answer the question, what is the Leadership Circle? Maybe you're watching this today, and like many of the invited guests we had at the event, you're not familiar with what this organization is and how they fund our pro-life initiatives at Texas Alliance for Life. I invite you to watch this clip by our Executive Director to find out more about the Leadership Circle and how you can be a part.
Our Leadership Circle is a special way for individuals, businesses, and churches to help the life-saving work of Texas Alliance for Life through an annual gift of $1,200 to $10,000 or more. To current Leadership Circle members, we thank you. And if you are not one of the more than 300 Leadership Circle members, consider joining right here.
As I mentioned, Speaker Dade Phelan was our keynote for our event, and we were so pleased to have him after one of the most pro-life legislative sessions in Texas history. Numerous pro-life bills passed, such as the Heartbeat Act, which is still saving lives in Texas from 6 weeks to birth. Additionally, the legislature increased funding for the Alternatives to Abortion program to $100 million for the biennium. The Chemical Abortion Safety Protocols Bill also passed, which requires in Texas girls and women to see a physician in person before obtaining the chemical abortion protocol. Additionally, it caps the distribution of those at 7 weeks, unlike the FDA, which allows them to be given out up to 10 weeks. We like to protect our Texas women. One more key piece of legislation that he passed, which was another one of our top legislative priorities for this past session, was the Human Life Protection Act. Some call it a trigger bill. Here, enjoy this clip by Speaker Dade Phelan, where he gives a little bit more information about this legislation and why it's so valuable, especially in light of the fact that we're waiting for the Supreme Court to issue orders in the Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health case that could scale back or overturn Roe completely.
And then since in my time in the legislature, I'd say over the last 6 to 8 years, abortions have declined by roughly half in the state of Texas, even before the heartbeat bill. That's tens of thousands of Texans who will be your next teachers, your next doctors, your next engineers, hopefully not your next politicians, but that is important. And I tell you, it is, it's every demographic. It's every child of every color, every religion is going to be protected underneath the heartbeat bill and all this legislation we pass. And like the main legislation too that kind of oversees all this and kind of wraps it all up in a nice bow is what I call the trigger bill, which means if Roe v. Wade is overturned and overturned soon, then Texas takes control of its own destiny immediately. We don't even have to be in session.
We had so many amazing Leadership Circle members in attendance. The buzz in the room was electric. People were so happy to be back together that we had trouble getting people quiet, but when our speakers shared, they did lean in. I'm sure you can see why. Now, maybe you're wondering what other opportunities are there to be a part of our life-saving work at Texas Alliance for Life. Well, I want to give you some information on 2 upcoming events that you can be a part of. First, our 28th annual Walk for Life is coming up on Saturday, June 18th. There are 6 walk locations across Central Texas. You can sign up to be a walker or to sponsor a walker on our website at texasallianceforlife.org, as well as see all the information about the various locations and information about the event itself and where the monies go. Our annual benefit dinner is the second event that I want to highlight today. That is on Saturday, October 8th at the Hilton, Austin. We have a great speaker lined up. The room is packed out with almost 1,500 people generally each year, and we would like for you to be a part of that group this year. Get the information at texasallianceforlife.org. Thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you back again next week.